Okay, let's start with the proving system that is one of the more active parts currently. So, okay, last week, as you probably remember, we announced that our research demonstrated a huge performance improvement on the recursive proof composition timings. I mean, very shortly, I think it's worth repeating just the main elements. So we have been working on this proving system with an accumulation and deferred validation scheme that allowed to significantly cut some of the most expensive operations that were needed in the intermediate proofs. And moreover, we have also significantly improved many parts of the prover by moving their execution on GPU. And in particular, for example, we are talking about multiscalar multiplication. And the other thing that we have seen is that the current proving system we are using is, doesn't need trusted setup at all. So this just to recap what we said last week about the improvements that we saw for the proving system. Okay, so given that, we started having additional let's say meetings and workshops, and with the goal of identifying in detail what are the changes that are needed in the implementation, in the proven system implementation. The goal is to identify the code changes that are needed. And for example, in this first phase, we are seeing, for example, one of the consequences of this discussion is how we are going to restructure the intermediate proof. So, for example, to carry on the needed accumulators and all the data that is needed, and how we will modify the proof verifier and the prover to manage these additional elements accordingly. So we're going to change the proof structure, we're going to change the prover to produce this data and the verifier to verify this data. And moreover, we are also going to change take in consideration these additional fields even in the circuit when we are going the merge of the proofs in the above level. So, as you can imagine, this is quite complex, and so we will have several of these iterations to be sure to have everything clear from the coding perspective, and so we will be able to start working on the changes on the proving system. Okay, and just another interesting part related to the proving system and also to the circuit. It seems that we have found another efficient way to verify if a set of an unordered set of transitions lead to a continuous set of transitions. Probably this sounds totally meaningless, but just to summarize this seems to open other possibility in how we are going to structure the circuits for managing multiple types of transactions. So what I mean, if we have a core transaction, a set of core transactions in a block, but also a set of custom transactions in the block that are doing something, let me say, custom, how we're going to manage this in the circuit, how we can prove them in an efficient way, and this homogeneous set of transactions, and then how to say, consider them as a unique transition. So it seems that we found a good way for managing them and saving, let me say, a lot of constraints and to keep them in order, and then verifying if they are contiguous in the sense of transitions. Okay, let's switch the circuit. okay, you remember that we were working on the design of this customizable way of having these transaction secrets. So we finalized the design of it in a way that would allow easier customization, and so now people can start work on the implementation. I mean, all the at least the basic information that are needed are already defined and also detailed in a document. Okay, then switching to Zendoo and to the certificate quality. First level of code review was completed. Some changes were requested, and they're finishing to be applied today. The final code review was started already. Probably you remember with the acceptance of to memory pool implementation. Some changes were also requested, and now they are already being performed. So the next final code review is going to start tomorrow, and is going to finish in the next days. And so then we will consider certificate quality complete. Regarding the seed sidechain withdrawals, obviously we are also moving on with other parts of Zendoo in parallel, and so we already started, let's say, the design of the changes. I mean, in terms of implementation, what is needed to implement for the seed sidechain withdrawal. So what is needed to provide, I mean, to the verifier of a seed sidechain withdrawal request in mention. What are the needed inputs? How do we construct them on a main chain node to be able to give all the possible elements to the prover to really prove that you were the owner of that coins in the sidechain. So we had to find a way for structuring the inputs in a way that all the possible kind of sidechains would have had the possibility to prove that you have the right to withdraw that coins, even if the sidechain is seized. I mean, it sounds a little bit magical, but I mean, it's possible. And so we went through these details. We had, let me say, this discussion. Then after this meeting, we already had a design document, and so currently guys already started working on it, and so the implementation is proceeding. And I think that's it for the Zendoo part and for the main updates for today. So back to you, Luca.